Phyllis, I'm not convinced that our office is a fan of all these holiday parties we have. Christmas, Easter, the 4th of July, National Take Your Cat to Work Day. It gets to be a bit much.
I've thought the same thing, Michael. The Saturday Night Fever party was the last straw for me.
I decided to join the party planning committee and want to eliminate all but 3 parties. The question is, how do we decide which 3 to keep?
I think the obvious solution is to conduct research using a survey.
Well, I was thinking we might just ask people.
Michael, that's what you do when you use survey research design. You ask people.
I knew that.
Right.
So refresh my memory. Exactly what is involved in survey research design? Tell me what you would do if you were going to use a survey research design to fix our party problem.
Well, first we would need to decide whether to use a longitudinal or cross-sectional study. Longitudinal studies can do 3 different things.
And what would those 3 things be?
They identify trends in a population over time, changes in similar subpopulations over time, and changes in the same people over time.
Exactly.
Or more succinctly, trend studies, cohort studies, and panel studies.
That's what I thought you'd say.
Of course, a cross-sectional design would probably be our best option for this job.
And why do you say that?
Cross-sectional designs identify something based on one point in time. Identifying attitudes, group comparisons, community needs, program evaluation, and national assessment are all uses of cross-sectional surveys.
So if we want to identify the attitudes of people in the office today and today only, a cross-sectional design is what we are after.
Exactly what I was about to say.
Phyllis, it's great that you keep up with these hot new research techniques. Keep it up and you may find yourself getting a promotion.
Michael, surveys are not a hot new technique. In the education world, for instance, they have been used since 1817. Marc-Antoine Hulin de Paris conducted a 34-page international survey of education systems.
Right. I think he was a relative on my mother's side.
Sure. And then in the 1890s, G. Stanley Hall conducted surveys of children.
It's always good to get their opinions.
And of course in 1907, the Pittsburgh survey identified social problems in education.
There are social problems in education? Wow. Who knew?
In the period between World War I and World War II, surveys as we know them today began to emerge.
Or rather, surveys as you know them. This is kind of new to me.
Today surveys are conducted anywhere and everywhere, from the web to the phone to the shopping mall.
Thanks for the history lesson, but I think I'm ready to get this show on the road. I'm sure Dwight and Andy will have the same opinions as me, but I may need to butter up Pam and Jim with the promise of a few days off.
Whoa, there Michael. There are ethical issues to consider here. When conducting survey research, it is important to make sure there is no bias on the part of your respondents.
So I can't butter them up. Can't I harass them?
No. Not allowed.
Drit. I was afraid you would say that.
We already know what population we need to survey.
Right, we need to survey all the people in our office.
Correct. And we need to choose whether we will have them respond to a questionnaire, or interview them.
What would be involved in interviews? People enjoy talking to me.
Interviews could be conducted one-on-one, in focus groups, or over the phone. I think in our case, if we really want honesty, we need to just let people respond to a questionnaire. We could mail them, but I think it would be easier to let Toby just put it on the web for us and they can take it there.
Oh, all right. Fine. Whatever we can do to keep the guy busy and out of my hair is fine by me. So explain the next steps to me.
Well, the first step is to decide if a survey design is the best one to use.
Which we have already done. Move along.
And the next step is to identify the research questions or hypothesis.
So the question could be, which of the following parties would you like to see us continue to have here at Dunder Mifflin? And let them check off their favorite 3?
Sure. The third step in survey research design is identifying the population we are surveying. I know you think we already did that, but we did not decide if we will include the guys from the warehouse.
I say no.
You the boss. Moving along, the next step is to determine the survey design and data collection procedures. We've already said we will do this online.
Right. To keep Toby busy.
Whatever. We can have Toby be in charge of the next two steps. Number 5 is to develop or locate our survey instrument, and number 6 is to administer the instrument.
Which Toby will be doing on his computer.
Yes. Then we will have Toby analyze the data that is collected. That's the 7th step.
Whoa there. Toby? I think I should do it.
Remember what I said about ethical research techniques?
Fine, fine. Are we almost through? This is getting way too involved. If you remember, I said I just wanted to ask people.
Yes, Michael. Almost finished. The final step is to report the results.
But what if I don't like the results? Do I have to report them or can we go back to the drawing board?
Ethics, Michael. Ethics.
Fine. I'll just be glad when we get this all sorted out. You know, we have a party for Martin Luther King Day, and he didn't even work here. We need to get Toby to put a Michael Scott Day party on the survey. It'd be a winner, no doubt about it.
Oh, Michael.